Hello, it's Jessica. As you can probably tell from the title of this video, I am going to be discussing everything there is to know about Rev.com, and I'm just going to give you my honest, non-sponsored review of the website and how you can make money off of it, if it's worth it, all of that stuff. And for your convenience, I put a comment down below with different timestamps for different sections of the video, just in case you already know what Rev is and you want to skip that part. Yeah, it'll all be down below. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Just some background about myself. I am recently unemployed. I just finished university and I'm actively applying for different full-time jobs, but I decided that while I'm going through this application process, which is usually really lengthy, I might as well make some extra cash here and there instead of, you know, watching a couple of episodes of The Office. I might as well spend an hour transcribing something and make a couple of extra bucks, because why not? So first I'm going to talk about what transcribing is and what the website is all about. Then I'm going to talk about the qualifications that you probably need to be successful in this role. Then I'm going to go over the application process, how long it all took, how difficult it was, all of that. And then I'm going to go over the pros, the cons, and finally my final thoughts on the program and if I think it's worth it. Let's just jump right into this. So first of all, what the heck is Rev? So Rev.com is a website for freelance transcribing. Basically, it is closed captioning. When you're watching a YouTube video and you have the captions on or like the subtitles on, there's some human being out there that translated that for you and typed out exactly what the people in the video are saying. This is not to be confused with translation services. The entire platform is English speaking only, so you're basically listening to audio or video files and typing out exactly what they say word for word. They're speaking English, you're typing in English. And basically people do this because it actually takes a long time to type out what is being said in an audio file. It may not seem like it, but it is kind of a lengthy process. So instead of people taking the time to do that, they just pay Revers to do it for them. And Revers are basically transcribers on Rev.com. So basically what you do is you get paid per minute for transcribing some audio or video file that was submitted. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now. I can safely say that it is not in fact a scam. I have received payments via PayPal and it's all Gucci. It's not illegal in any way and it's free to apply for anyone. Before I start going over the application process and the pros and cons, there are two main qualifications that I think anyone looking to apply to this service must have in order to succeed or even get into the program. The first one is you must be fluent in English, and not just fluent, but like a native speaker, because you're dealing with a bunch of very niche transcriptions. I've transcribed everything from a financial report to like interviews with movie directors, and even for myself as an English speaker, I have come across times where I would have to kind of guess a word or conduct extra research. There's also a lot of Australian accents, British accents. So again, if you're not 100% comfortable with the English language and super complex words and terminology, this may be a challenge. The second qualification that you really need to make the most out of this job and for it to be worth it for you is to have a fast typing speed. I generally can type at about 75 plus words per minute, which I don't know, I guess that's slightly above average, I don't know. When I'm transcribing things, I pretty much type at a speed of anywhere between 45 words per minute and 50. So if you're any less than 75 words per minute normally when you're just typing freely, definitely deduct like at least 30 words per minute from that, and that would be how fast you would transcribe things, because it's not just you typing, you actually have to listen, comprehend, and type exactly what they're saying. Okay, so if you think that you're qualified, the next step is to basically apply. I believe that anyone around the world can apply because the money just goes directly to your PayPal account. You're immediately directed to this skills test. The first part is a basic like grammatical test. It gives you like a multiple choice test where you choose between different options, punctuation, capitalization, all that basic stuff. Then there's the second part where they actually give you an audio clip for you to transcribe. You get to actually see how the platform works. It teaches you how they want you to properly format everything, all the paragraphs, and it basically tests out how well you do transcribing something for the first time. And after a week or so, they should send you an email confirming whether or not you got into the program. Apparently, I read somewhere that only 12% of people who apply actually get in, and when I read that, I felt really special. If you didn't get in the first time, don't feel discouraged. I think after a certain amount of time you can reapply, but if you're accepted, you're then led to the website and you learn more about how it works. And the first thing you do before you can even start transcribing files is they give you practice transcription, like they give you practice training, and that training is actually paid. It's not like a significant sum of money, it's like 30 cents a minute or something, but it gives you a good start. Once you're done the paid training, you're free to select any of the files to transcribe. So when you're starting off, the selection of projects is pretty shitty and the pay per minute is not the best, but once you've successfully transcribed about 60 minutes worth of content, and also if you maintain a certain level of quality in your work, you're automatically promoted to Rever status. And basically what that means is you get to choose from a higher selection of files, and they're usually better and longer, which means you get more money, and also the pay per minute is slightly better. So based on my experience so far, I'm gonna list some of the pros and cons that I've noticed about this. Again, this is not sponsored. So let's start off with the positives. To begin with, it's 100% freelance. You can work whenever you want. You can literally work 0 hours one week and then 30 hours the next. And another pro is it's a really easy and safe way to make some extra cash. And with that said, the payments are in US dollars, so depending on where you're from, this can be really beneficial. Another benefit is, of course, you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And honestly, if you choose your projects carefully, there's some really interesting stuff. I transcribed this interview that someone had with this indie film producer at the Sundance Film Festival. That was really cool. I learned about a new movie that I want to watch now. When you're listening to an audio and needing to replay it over and over again, you actually learn so much. It's almost like you're studying something that you don't really need to be studying for. So I just kind of know random facts about world events now, and it's really cool. That's all I can think of for the positive aspects. So now let's get into the complaints. One of the main complaints that people have is the low compensation. Generally, on a Rever level, you're getting paid about 50 cents per minute of transcription. And unfortunately, you don't get paid for the amount of time you personally spent on that project. You get paid for the length of that audio file. But again, for a service that's so flexible and one that you can do in your pajamas, it's not the worst. Another thing is it's super unpredictable. They advertise these amounts like, oh, Revers can earn up to $1,200 a month and stuff. But that's literally if you are creeping the website 24/7 just because of the lack of availability of good projects. What I mean by that is when a new project is posted on the workspace, they're usually claimed within literal seconds. It's like the Hunger Games. You have to click on it and claim it before anyone else does, as there's just so many people creeping on the website at once. So nothing is really guaranteed, and a lot of the projects that are available for you have been unclaimed so many times just because the sound quality is impossible to transcribe. So really there is a small percentage of workable projects that won't drive you insane. Again, I think it's a great way to make some extra cash, and it is kind of enjoyable if you claim projects that actually sound interesting and they speak clearly. In terms of it being a reliable and legitimate kind of form of employment, that's questionable, but to each their own. And I don't know about you, but getting an extra $40 a week for doing close to nothing is not the worst. Yeah, so that's all I can say about Rev.com. Overall, I think it's a really cool concept. So if this video helped you out with your decision making in any way, again, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. I will see you next time.